Just 1 minute was enough to dismantle this so-called monster. At only 19 years old, Mike Tyson showed the entire boxing world that size and muscles don't define greatness, skill, composure, and fearless heart do. In those opening seconds, he proved that true power comes not from appearance, but about skill and the courage. Practically a kid, yet already a nightmare for grown men. At that age, he had already knocked out 13 fighters with 0 losses, destroying opponents with punches that were explosive, precise, and terrifyingly powerful. Jameson was a seasoned journeyman with a background in both boxing and kickboxing, known for his durability and toughness. Although his record wasn't spotless, he had faced several high-level opponents and was respected for never backing down. Tyson, on the other hand, was just 19 years old, but had already built a fearsome reputation in the heavyweight division. He had stormed through his early opponents with brutal knockouts, showcasing speed and power rarely seen at that weight. The fight was viewed as a key test for Tyson's ability to handle a more experienced and physically imposing staff was pure intrigue. Both men strong, both experienced, but Tyson was a force of nature. When the opening bell rang, Scaff tried to assert dominance immediately, pawing out a long jab to keep Tyson at bay. But Mike slipped under it with terrifying ease, reading the rhythm like a seasoned veteran. Scaff attempted to circle away, hoping to use the full length of the ring, but Tyson's footwork cut off the exits one by one. Every movement he made carried purpose, compressing space until Scaff found himself trapped earlier than he expected. Scaff ran across the ring, trying to escape those brutal punches, but Mike hunted him down, cornered him, and punished him without mercy. Tyson opened the assault with a ripping left to the body, a shot so heavy it made Scaff widen his stance. Sensing panic, Tyson followed with a darting right hand that grazed the jaw. Not a clean connection, but enough to shake the Giant's confidence. Scaff, desperate to regain control, tried a clinch, wrapping his long arms around Tyson's shoulders. The final blow, a monstrous left hook, landed with the sound of a bat cracking against wet clay. Scaff collapsed, his massive frame falling in sections, like a collapsing structure that had lost its support beams. The fight was over long before Scaff touched the canvas. Experts gave the Irishman no chance, but he managed to impose a dirty style on the rising star, using his experience. From the very beginning, Iron Mike moved forward, and despite the significant size difference, he managed to close the distance and land devastating blows.
Tyson in the black trunks figures to be the next.
However, as the fight went on, Jameson increasingly slowed the pace. Unwilling to trade punches, the Giant would grab the 19-year-old Tyson with both hands every time they got close. Up to that point, Tyson had finished 16 fights in a row early. No opponent had ever made it to the 5th round. But thanks to constant clinching, the Irishman believed he could wear Tyson down. Constantly retreating, Jameson peppered the young boxer with jabs, and whenever they closed in, he tied Mike up, squeezing his elbows. The clinching became so excessive that in the 4th round, the referee's patience ran out, and he gave Jameson a verbal warning. To some, it might have seemed the brute had found a working tactic against Mike's aggression, but the rising star kept his cool. Immediately after the fight resumed, another lightning-fast attack led to the first knockdown. The big man quickly got back up, becoming the first and only opponent at that time in Tyson's career to survive into the 5th round. However, it didn't last long. Early in the 5th, the 19-year-old phenomenon cornered the Giant and unleashed a relentless barrage without hesitation.